Yo, 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 it's Marky Marks Tarot. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday, good weekend. I did. That's good. That's why I don't think that shit's gonna come here because it's really temperature's going down. That's why I don't really see that name coming here. La da da da. Oh shit. Dang. Oh boy. This one, oh my. Told you. Knew that shit was gonna happen. That's what happens. Yep, that is true. Um, Okay. Yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it. Until I go. So I'll get it when I go away. Yes. Okay. Water filter one now. Bang. My groceries. See lower price in cart. The fuck? Let me see here. Let me snap this. Let me check the card. $53 for this shit. Hell no. That's fucking crazy. Hell no. It must be mad. That ain't fucking happening. Why is this nigga? It's so annoying. It's fucking irritating shit. Mm-hmm. $50 each. I don't remember paying that shit for that. want to test it out too. No different. Just yeah, sounds about right. I don't understand how this shit's so overpriced. It's ridiculous. Fucking crazy. Multi pack. $100 for two. I mean, it does in 6 months. I wonder why these reviews are like they're dissing the shit out of this stuff. I bought two of these water filters which now they fit. So this did not work. Rest in my tap water. It's not like that on the home phone. That's weird. I believe I got it from Home Depot last time. I think. Fuck. Shit's hilarious. It's some next level dumb shit. Oh, $167 fucking dollars. You must be crazy. Found. What the fuck is this? Three. Yeah, okay. Let me go out there. That's crazy. Let's just get on and go. September, October, November, December, January, February. No, I don't need it till February, so that's cool. That, I'll get that. Let it go. I'll get that when it go. It's a fucking joke. Fucking joke. Hey G, how you doing, bro? How you been? How's life? You been okay? Just working the usual? Yeah. Same here. I've been working. I worked all, even though today was a holiday, I was working outside doing stuff around the house. Here it's hurricane season, so we just had a tropical storm and a hurricane pass by very close. Didn't do any significant damage. Only 5,000 people lost electricity, which isn't that much, and they got it all back within 24 hours. I didn't lose any electricity, thank God, but I have a generator anyway. But I rather not get used because it costs money. So we were okay, but now they're saying that yeah, working trying to barely get a day off. Yeah. Yeah, so now they're saying there's another like storm and it might come in between Bermuda and the United States or it might go out to sea. They don't know yet. They have to wait till the end of the week. By Saturday they should know where it's going to go. So the joy of waiting to see if we're going to get hit. But I've been where I live here, it's way up on a hill. So if we get 100-mile-an-hour plus winds, it's not good. So I'm actually today I actually did some stuff to prepare for future hurricanes. So I got some more like locks for my blinds and stuff. So for my shutters. Yeah, so it's a pain in the ass, but hopefully it doesn't come here. Hopefully it doesn't bother us, and hopefully it just, it can come near us, but not that close. Hey Ninja, how you doing? But every year it's a normal thing for us. We get dodged by hurricanes, or we get close calls, or we get direct hits. All this sorts of shit. So we have to be prepared. Last year we got a hurricane 100-mile-an-hour, and it wasn't fun. We lost power for like 4 days. Then my generator broke down. It was fucking annoying, man. So hopefully this year we get spared and we don't have nothing, you know. And we barely get any weather troubles, but I don't think we can handle any of that. Yeah, exactly. I know it's very rare that New York will get a hurricane because yeah, it's. But if you guys do, you're screwed. I know that. They always talk about the water level rising in New York and it'll destroy the city and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter where a hurricane goes. If it hits land, it's gonna f you up. That's for sure. It's gonna destroy everything in its path, and I know that for a fact. I've yeah, Vegas was flooded. Yeah, I'm doing good, Ninja. I'm just talking about the next possible hurricane might be coming towards us, but hopefully not. I pulled some cards on it and it said it's not going to hit us, so I'll go with what Spirit's telling me. But yeah, we got two close calls already. Thank God they weren't hurricanes that were at full strength because we would have felt more. But even though we didn't feel it full strength, we still get like still get some things here and there. It's not exactly a good thing when they come by 100 miles away or whatever. We still get something. Yeah, they're predicting a major hurricane in the next like 5 days, and it's supposed to go to the Antilles and like around Barbados and all that stuff, and then it's supposed to like go right by Bahamas and then go up towards Bermuda or towards the ocean and just leave everybody alone. They don't know yet. It's too far away to know. But the models, the spaghetti models, are showing it going towards us by next week. So next week, Monday, Tuesday, it's gonna come towards us. But they don't know exactly where it's gonna, because Bermuda's so small that it might come towards us and then just miss us like Hurricane Franklin did and Tropical Storm Idalia. Both of them missed us. So which was good. They both, were off of us 100 miles, so that's good. As long as it stays 100 miles away from us or more, we're in good shape. So I'm praying and hoping, and I pull cards on it, and it said we're not going to get, hit. So hopefully that's the case, but anything can change in a week. So I just took down all the hurricane stuff because we have beautiful weather here. Yeah, I hope so, G. Because I'm really fed up. Like I'm tired from putting up all the hurricane shit, taking it all down, packing it all away, packing all the stuff around the pool, putting it all back out. Like it's been a rough weekend. Me and my sister, our backs are hurting. Thank God my nephews helped out a bit. Um, and if we get a major hurricane come here, it's gonna be worse. I'm gonna be out there all day for like 3, 4 days, you know, putting shit up and just it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and a lot of preparation, but I have to admit that um, we're super prepared. Like we have everything we need. Everything we need we have. So um, even when I put up all the hurricane stuff this past few days when the hurricane came, by us, and I had to board everything up and put everything up. It was I looked at everything and I was like, you know what, we're good. We have everything we need. If it does come, we're prepared. You know, um, you know, we're fine. But it's just a pain in the ass just to go through it because it ruins everything. It destroys trees, makes a lot of work. The salt air goes all over our houses and our windows and the debris, and it makes everything dirty and just a pain in the ass. And all the leaves go in the pool. you know, Mother Nature is not exactly cooperating, but it's to be expected. Every year we get some type of hurricane come around us, hit us, or either come around us and aggravate us. So it's a normal thing. Sometimes I could wish that wish I can just leave all the hurricane stuff up until the last hurricane's gone. I wouldn't even care if the shit stayed up for like 2 months. I wouldn't even care. So I wouldn't have to take it down anymore. Because our house is 2 stories, so I have to go up on a extension ladder and cover the windows with hurricane stuff, and it's not exactly fun. Up and down, and it's like I think it's what 4 windows that we have up top that have to be covered, and the rest is all down. But what I do is I take a zip tie, which is I have some here on my desk. I take the zip tie, I put two together, and I go through the slats of the blinds of the shutters, and I zip tie them together so they don't open up. And then I put the actual cover over it. We don't have plywood. I don't use plywood. We have like a vinyl cover that has straps, and it straps down to the wall on a bracket. It's actually pretty neat. It's like a vinyl. It's like a boat cover. That's how I describe it. And we guys put it on, and it has like 6 straps, and it goes on the top of the window. It goes through like a how do you say it? Like a bracket where it slides through like a track. It goes through like a track, and it secures the top, and then you do the sides and you do the bottom. So it's pretty good. It holds up to 200 miles an hour. So it's never failed us. It's been pretty good. We've had it for like maybe 6, 7 years now, but it's just a pain in the ass putting them up, taking them down, and all that shit, tightening them up. So it's just a pain in the ass. But I'm gonna pray my ass off again this week, and beg God to spare us again, because apparently the models are showing it coming towards us, but they don't know exactly where it's going. I hate when they do that. I hate when they predict storms and shit, because usually they're right. It does come next to us, or it does come close. So I'll be glued to the news all week. The last hurricane that came here last week was Hurricane Franklin, and it was 100 miles away from us, and we got like 50-mile-an-hour winds here and there. It wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough. But um, if we get another one like that, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't care. It's not that bad, as long as it's like it stays away from us. So keep me in your prayers and pray that Bermuda doesn't get no hurricanes. I actually wish that it doesn't go nowhere. I hope it doesn't affect anyone. I actually hope that it's like a record this year of the amount of hurricanes that stay in the ocean and don't bother anybody. I really wish that these people are wrong and it doesn't come nowhere near land and it leaves everybody alone. Even like all those places like Puerto Rico and Antigua and Bahamas, like they don't need another damn hurricane, man. They're still recovering from the ones that's hit them in the past couple years. That's one place I'd never live. That shit comes right over to them. Every single year, those guys get like bad weather. So, like, I just hope to God that it doesn't come near us or anybody else. The weather, there's one weather guy. His name's Brian, and he's got his own YouTube channel. He's pretty accurate. He's pretty good, and he said that you know it's not really you can predict it and it can happen, but all those spaghetti models, not one of them is like completely accurate, but it's just what people think that's gonna happen. But weather is unpredictable to me. Like you can predict it to a certain way, but you know, like the storms that came here, they were wrong. A lot of them, like um they predicted the Adalia one. They predicted that it was going to turn back into a tropical storm when it's going across Bermuda, and it didn't. It actually died out when it got here. And then they said that Hurricane Franklin was going to be a Category 4 when it came by Bermuda, and it wasn't. It was a Category 2. And they said at first it was 180 miles away, and then it ended up being 120 miles away. So it's like, it's all bullshit at the end of the day. Like you can't really predict things like that. And in 1987, I was 10 years old, and I'll never forget it. I woke up and I went to the bathroom, and I was like looking at my dad, and I was like, why is my dad still here? He usually leaves at like 6:30. This is like 7 o'clock, 7:15, because we go to school at like 8:30. So I told my dad, I was like, what are you doing? Why are you listening to the radio? And what are you doing here? He's like, there's a hurricane coming and I can't go to work. Everybody's going to stay home from school. I was like, yes, no school. Great. And this was like mid-September. And my brother had a broken leg from a bike accident. My two sisters were home, my mom, my dad, me. And back then we had like a wooden door with like jealousy windows. Like you turn the knob and then the glass panes come up and then they close down. So it's not really a real high tech door. Like it's a decent door, but it's not that great, So my dad said that the hurricane is going to be really bad, and overnight it turned more towards us, so it's going to be a direct hit. They said at first it wasn't, but then it turned more. So the weather people said that, they couldn't predict it. And back then they weren't very accurate anyway, because, they didn't have the high tech shit they have now. Um, so I'm 10 years old, I'm not really know nothing about that shit. I really haven't really experienced anything like that, and not that I remember. So the wind started coming, and then we started getting hit, and my mom's crying, my sister's crying, and me, my dad, and my brother were like, "What the fuck we're gonna do? This door looks like it's gonna fucking blow through the damn kitchen, and we're gonna get fucked." So we had shutters on our house, so we were pretty cool. So my brother, he couldn't really do nothing because he had a broken leg. He had a cast on his leg. So My dad said, "Look, you're gonna have to sit down in front of this door on the bottom, and me and Mark are gonna put something in front of the door. We're gonna hold the door at least, or do something to make sure it doesn't, come in. So if there's weight in front of it, all three of us in front of the door, leaning up against it, then we'll be, hopefully it doesn't blow in." So here I am, I'm probably as tall as the doorknob, 4 feet maybe. I'm not a tall guy, but when I was 10 years old, I was probably like as high as the doorknob. So my dad said, just, lean up against the doorknob and he's going to go on the other side. And my brother was in the middle on the ground. And my mom's like crying, saying, "Oh God, we're going to die." And I'm like, "Shut up, man. We're going to be fine." So then, like, about maybe 2 hours go by and, all the wind's gone. And we're like, "Oh, great. It's gone." We thought it was gone because we don't know shit about hurricanes and there's no power. So we go outside and we see like a couple roofs gone, completely wiped out, trees gone, the power lines are down. We went outside and we were like, "What the hell just happened?" That was 2 hours of destruction. So meanwhile, we're thinking the storm's over. So this guy comes out of nowhere and he's like, "Hey, go the hell back inside. This is just the eye. The eyes of the storm." We're like, "What the hell are you talking about? The eye?" I'm clueless, right? I'm 10 years old. I'm clueless. He's like, "Look, this is the eye of the storm. The center of the storm is passing by now, but the tail end's coming, and it's about to get worse than what you just witnessed in the last 2 hours." So my dad's like, "Oh shit." So he goes and gets some, nails and hammer. We had some pieces of board outside and stuff. So he nailed. We went back inside and we nailed the door, to the frame. We put like some wood there, and then we took the washer that we had inside, and it was right next to like the door in the kitchen. My mom had like a washer, and the dryer was in the garage. So we looked at the house. There wasn't no damage, thank God. And the trees were just demolished. Like our hedge was like completely naked, no leaves, no nothing. And all our privacy was gone. And then we saw everybody like, we were like, "What the fuck is going on here?" So then the wind started coming back, and we were like, "Yeah, that guy is right. He said that, the rest of the storm is coming, and that was just the eye." So we go back inside. We nailed this. My dad nailed it. My dad worked construction, so I passed him the board, and he nailed it because I had to help him because my brother, like I said, had a broken leg. So we had a board across the door. We nailed everything. We secured everything. We made sure that we were cool for the second half. So, well, that shit was unbelievable. We heard shit banging outside. There was transformers like blowing up in our neighborhood. Or pow, pow, and like the rain came, and it was like hitting our house like fucking bullets. Da, 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 da. It was hailing, but it wasn't. And see, my mom and dad's house is in like a valley, so we're kind of protected. But you never know. Tornado can come by and fuck you up. You wouldn't even know. So we're looking out the window, right? Like one of the windows in the bathroom don't have a shutter. So we're looking. I'm looking outside like I'm on top of the toilet. And I looked outside and my dad's like, "Don't go near that window, man. Shit can like hit you." So I looked outside and I saw like trash buckets flying by, all sorts of shit, trees flying. And I got so scared. I was like, "This is real. Like, this is some bullshit. What the hell is going on?" So, I'm 10 years old saying to myself, "This is the craziest shit I've ever witnessed in my life. Like, I don't even know what this shit is. What the hell's going on?" I just know I'd rather be in school I hated school, but I'd rather be in school than deal with this dumb shit. Yeah, man, it was that was, and then we didn't have power for 3 weeks. No electricity, nothing. The whole island was completely demolished. Like all the telephone poles were on the ground. You couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't do for like at least 5 days. You couldn't go nowhere. You were just home, fucked. You can't do nothing. No one had power. Every boy at nighttime, all you saw was like candles lit, flashlights, and nobody was really prepared. But thank God, like back then, like grocery shops had like generators and stuff. So, but there was lines of people at the store trying to get shit to eat. And thank God we had like a gas stove and we had gas. So my mom would heat up like a big like pot of water and like we would take a bath. And me and my sister were young. So I was 10, she was like 7. And we had to take baths together, and my mom would say, look, we have to say, we have a water tank in Bermuda. Our roofs are built to catch water. So it goes in a water gutter and it goes beneath our house. See how people in the States have basements? We don't have basements here. Our basement is a tank full of water that feeds our house. But if it doesn't rain, we have to buy water and trucks come deliver water like well water, which is shitty. But if it rains a lot, it fills up the tank and you're good to go for a long time. And our tanks hold at least, I would say, like 20,000 gallons or more, depending on the house. So that's a lot of water. So you have a lot of water in your tank, you're good to go. So because it rained a lot, we had a lot of water. So we had like a bucket with a rope, and we would like take the lid off, and then we like put the water in the bucket and we pull it up with the rope. And my dad would take it inside and I'd help him. Like I'd have my little bucket of water and I'd take it inside. My mom would like boil the water so we can like get a bath, we can eat, and we just ate bullshit sandwiches for like 2 weeks, and we didn't have fucks. We didn't even, nothing was like, and every night we would be outside because it was hot. So we would be outside every night, talking shit to everybody and our neighbors. And then I'll never forget, like the power came on at like 10 o'clock at night after 2-3 weeks. I think it was like 2.5 weeks. We were all outside, and it was 10 because we couldn't go to school. So the my school actually got damaged, like the windows got all mashed up. So we were sitting like this, and we were like a big hill in front of me, and like all these houses around us. And all of a sudden, all the lights came on, and all you hear is everybody go, "Yay!" Like everybody was celebrating, shouting, jumping around. And it was like the best feeling in the world to get power back after 2.5 weeks. And like some guy had an air horn and he was blowing his air horn like bah, bah, bah. People were beeping their cars, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. And it was the best feeling in the world. So we turned everything back on. The first thing we wanted to do is like, play games and like look at TV and shit like that. It was just like it was a miracle, you know. But it happened a few times. But the first time I witnessed that, that much craziness was I was 10 years old. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A lot of places in the world are starting to do it more because it makes sense. Yeah, electric black. Yeah, snowstorms are deadly too. I've been in a snowstorm in Boston one time, and I was in Rochester one year. About I would say about 15 years ago, I was in Rochester, and I was like I was in Buffalo on like almost to the border of Canada, and my friend said, "Look, it might get nasty tonight. We're gonna get like a lot of snow." So we might have to stay up this end and then go back next day or whenever we can. And I thought he was joking, like. So we went to a party, and when we came outside, it wasn't no snow. But when we came outside, we were inside for like maybe 3 hours or 2.5, 3 hours at a party. Next thing you know, we came outside and the snow was so much snow we couldn't even drive. And that was like the first time I really seen like a lot of snow where we couldn't go nowhere. So we just crashed at this hotel nearby, and then that was it. And the next day it was gone, and we got to drive again. But weather is crazy, and here in Bermuda, we've had a lot of bad hurricanes that have destroyed the island, and people come together. One thing about Bermuda, like everybody comes together, like. We we've gone through a lot. I personally have gone through at least, I would say, at least 20 hurricanes I've been through in my lifetime. And at least 10 of them were super bad, where I was like saying to myself, what the fuck, I'm gonna die. Like that's how bad it is. It was bad. Since I've been living up here, it's been really bad. I've lived up here at this area, up high. I live up high on a hill here, and there's no like protection around us. We get hit pretty hard. And yeah, I'm still here because Bermuda has concrete houses. See, so we don't have houses like you guys. Um, like our houses aren't made out of drywall and 2x4s. Like our houses are concrete. Like we have 10-inch blocks, 8-inch blocks, 12-inch blocks, and everything is like completely filled. The cells of the blocks are filled with concrete. We have a concrete roof, like a stone roof with like, you know, not 2x4s, 2x6s, and 2x12s. Everything's no 2x4s around here. There's no drywall and shit in our house. There's only the ceilings that are made out of rock lava, which is stronger drywall that you plaster. So like our houses are bulletproof. Like they're really strong houses. They're made out of concrete blocks. So everything's concrete blocks. So that's why like you never see a whole house on the ground or flattened in Bermuda. It won't happen. The first thing that will go is the roof, because the roof is not like a solid concrete roof. It's made out of stone, and then they cement wash it a couple times so it becomes very solid. And now they have like hurricane clips that go on the 2x6s, and it holds the roof so it doesn't like completely fly off. So it's not a great experience. Like I said, I have a lot of stories I can tell about hurricanes and shit. I have my own hurricane book of since I've been living here, we've had at least 10 here. I've witnessed 10 hurricanes at my mom's, and I've witnessed 10 hurricanes here. And when I was living on my own in my apartment for a couple years, there was two that came there one time where I had to board up the people's house and shit. So it's not fun. It's definitely not fun. And it's definitely like, some people think it's a joke, but up here where I live, it ain't no joke. Like I have to really prepare for the worst, because up here it's like we've had like I would say like maybe 5, 6 years ago we had a double hurricane, one right after the other. We had two hurricanes in 3 days, and they were both over 100 miles an hour, and they both hit us dead on. And we were like, what the fuck is gonna, this is crazy. And we lost power and stuff for like 2 weeks because I took a drive. I have it. I have the footage on my camera. Not on my phone, but on my computer. And I came down the hill, and I went onto the main road, and I drove maybe 50 feet, and I had to turn back because the power lines, the poles that hold the power lines and the trees were like pretty much crisscross like that. So you couldn't drive. So the next day I heard like a big bulldozer machine, and the bulldozer came through, had his bucket out like a big ass bulldozer. And like the bucket alone was like 20 feet. He came through there, took all that shit out of the way. He just pretty much cleared it out of the way, lifted it up, put it inside a big ass truck, and drove away. And it took like 2 weeks for like the people to put the power back up. It was a fucking disaster. I never want to remember that shit, man. It's just like bullshit. Every time I hear a hurricane's coming this way, I'm like, oh God, man, please, no, don't do this to me again. But I know it's life. Like I love Bermuda and I love living here, but that's the only downfall is you got to prepare for hurricanes. Like every year, there's going to be something that brushes by us, comes near us, scares us, or hits us. It's either one, and it's a hit or a miss. So hopefully we get missed. Yeah, my mom and dad are back to normal now. My mom still feels kind of like my mom has vertigo pretty bad. So when she got COVID, it made it worse. She said she went to the store 2 days ago, and when she bent down to get something and she came back up, she felt like she was gonna fall. So she went back to the car and told my dad to go get it. But my dad, he has gout, so he could barely walk. Like they're okay, but they're not okay 24/7. Like they have issues, you know. They My dad got gout all the time. My mom's got vertigo. My dad's going 80 this month. He goes 80 in 3 weeks, and my mom goes 78 in January. So it's not like they're, spring chickens. And another thing is that my parents don't really take care of themselves. Like they don't drink a lot of water. They don't exercise. Like they don't. It's sad to say, but they don't. They kind of gave up. You know, they kind of gave up on like life, and they're like, they can get better, but they don't want to. They're frustrated. Hey Jessica, how you doing, boo? You all right? Hope you had a good weekend. But yeah, my mom, she's like she's ready to leave the earth. She says it all the time. I don't want to be here no more. This fucking world is bullshit. I fell down. I got COVID. My life's ruined. Like she's a big complainer and whiner. My dad, he doesn't complain much, but he doesn't do anything to make himself get better. Like he's got gout, and I told him, look, if you got gout, you can't eat this, you can't do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And he'll look at the list and put his glasses on and he'll be like, yeah, whatever, fuck you, I don't give a shit. So I'm like, you got gout again? Why? Oh, I don't know what I ate. I eat normal. I eat shit every day. I don't know, give a shit. I'm like, okay, well, keep suffering, idiot. It's on you. My parents are very bullheaded, like I've said on here many times. My parents are stubborn, and they don't. It's almost like they like pain and they like to suffer. As much as that crazy as that sounds, but that's how they are. They just like they're at an age where they don't give a fuck no more. But they should. And I tell them every morning you should walk around the house for like 20 minutes. Just walk around the house. You don't have to go anywhere. All you got to do is walk around the house. Get your exercise, drink a lot of water, and try not to eat all the shit that's on the list for gout. And like, do something. Like be active. If more active you are, the better you're gonna be. Like, if you just sit there all day and watch TV and feel sorry for yourself, you're not gonna get better. I'm sorry, but you're not. And I told him that, but I've given up on telling them over and over and over what to do. So I give up. I told my sister, I'm like, look, I'm not telling mom and dad what to do anymore. It's like talking to the wall. So if they want to suffer, then that's on them. Not me. I'm not suffering. Fuck that. I fix myself. I fix life. I make sure like I'm not doing the wrong things. I make sure I'm doing the right things. But not them, man. Yeah, I'm doing good. Jessica, I had a good weekend. Holiday was nice. I worked pretty much. I pretty much worked all weekend, like, but not just around the house, like cleaning up everything because the two hurricanes back to back kind of left a lot of shit all over the place, and I had to clean this, clean that, fix this, fix that. Take all the hurricane stuff off, put it back on, take it off. It's like a pain in the ass. But I rather bust my ass and pick up leaves and have my electricity and have my house okay and my family. I'd do it every week if I had to, just to be safe. So I'm blessed that the hurricane didn't destroy us or do anything bad to us. My mom and dad lost power at their house for 2 hours and then it came back on, so they were lucky. We didn't lose no power here, so we're lucky too. I can't complain, you know. God is great. God protected us, and hopefully He continues for the rest of the hurricane season. Yeah, I was on. I've been on pretty late. I came on yesterday for a bit. Yeah, I'm all right. Usually, if something's wrong, I'll post it and tell everybody, look, I can't do this, or I can't come on, or I don't have power, or some shit like that. The internet went down yesterday too for like 2 hours. They're like trying to, you know, yeah, you can slide in my DMs. Yeah, nah, all's good, dude. You know, I'm blessed. Everything's okay. It's not as bad as people make it seem. You know. But the good thing is, I live right in the middle of Bermuda, so usually the storms hit more on the western side. So we're nowhere near the west. The west is over there, which I don't like. I don't like nothing from the west. I'm an east side guy, but we are like where I live now is like pretty much smack dab in the middle, somewhat. You know, just right off the middle. But I live up high, and that's not good. So when the wind comes, we feel it. But the good thing is, I have a lot of help. I got my nephews and my sister, and we get it done. We put up everything within like 2 hours. We had all the hurricane shit up, and I just did the little odds and ends here and there, make sure everything's secure. You know, duct tape the vents and shit like that. Like if you know what a dryer vent is, it's outside, right? So when the wind comes, if it would destroy the dryer vent. It'll go click, 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 and it was like go blow the wind and fuck it all up. Or if you have like a vent outside for like to take the smell out of the kitchen, like a hood vent, like the piece outside, yeah, I duct tape it so that way the wind doesn't affect it. Because if not, you'll hear that shit all night, clink, 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 and you'll be like, oh my god, like really? And if it rips the fins off, you got to go buy a new one. So what I do is I pretty much duct tape it. Even the mailbox is outside. I duct tape the mailbox shut, you know? So I got some Gorilla duct tape and I duct tape the mailbox so the lid doesn't come open and fly away into the neighbor's yard or to the next, neighborhood, which has happened many times to a lot of people, but I got smart over the years. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of freaking work, man, to make sure everything's working and everything's fine and everything's, protected. And it's the pool. I gotta keep cleaning it. I went during the storm. I kept taking leaves out of the pool like every 2 hours, so it doesn't clog up the drains and the pool doesn't get like contaminated from dirty ass trees and dirt. So it's a pain in the ass, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm used to it now. I've been living here for 46 years, so I've been through at least 20 hurricanes in my life. I'm still here, still living, so I'm all right. House is still intact. I just worry about my parents a lot, because I don't want nothing to happen to them. But I gave them my old generator, which still works fine. So if they ever need that, I always make sure there's gas. It's filled up to the top, extra good gas container just in case, so it runs enough, to give them a couple days. I go down to their house and make sure everything's secure. I give them like zip ties so they can tie their blinds, their shutters together, so that way they don't open up during the wind. I make sure they have food, water, all sorts of shit. So it's a pain in the ass. I gotta, my parents can't really do too much, so I go to their house. If I know a hurricane is coming, I'll go to their house first, secure them, make sure they're fine, and then I'll come home and then I'll start like doing everything at home, making sure everything's fine. But Thank God I got a good sister that helps, and my nephews helped this time too, so it was nice. Everybody helped, so I didn't have to do everything by myself. That sucks. But I'm praying that no more hurricanes come. But people here in Bermuda, they love hurricanes because they don't have to go to work, they don't have to go to school, or they don't, because they're not going to work. If we get a major hurricane, they're not going. Some people don't go to work until they get power or they have to. So they go get a whole pile of alcohol and weed and whatever they're into, and they have big hurricane parties. It's fucking hilarious. And they're all like streaming their parties online and shit on Facebook and Instagram. And they're like, yeah, come up so and so's house and close your shit up and come here. We're having a big hurricane party. They act like this shit's fun, great and fun. Some people take it as a joke and they want to have a party and just drink and get high. And they're probably gonna get so drunk and high that they'll sleep through the whole hurricane and wake up and everything was all fucked up everywhere. And they don't care. So it's like a thing here, They have hurricane parties and they're like, yeah, I got all my liquor, I got my Hennessy, I got this, I got my weed, I got beers, got food. And a lot of people, what they do is they make soup and shit and chowder and fish chowder. They make fish chowder here and like clam chowder, and they make like all these nice soups, onion soup and all sorts of shit they make here. And then what they do is they put it in the fridge, and then they have a gas stove and they can just boil it up, and they have bread, and they got food for days. Hey, Steven. Yeah, sure, bro. Thanks. So that's what they do here. They have hurricane parties. Some people take it as a joke, and some people just hunker down and just, get fucked up. Been there and done that. Had a few hurricane parties here and there when I was younger. But now I take it too serious because of where I live. It's like more serious to be here because we get affected more because we're up higher. So and then my neighbors are like, I ask them if they need a hand or they need any screws or duct tape or something, or I give them. I actually told my neighbor because his blinds flew off and broke because they weren't secure enough, and I told him, look, man, you got to get some zip ties or fishing line or string and just go through the slats and just tie it or even duct tape them together. But if you duct tape them, you might fuck up the paint job or something. So I told him, I said, what you got to do is you get like a clothes peg, like half a clothes peg or a wedge, and just wedge it in between the gap of the actual shutter. I have like so much tricks and so much ways to secure things that over the years I find out ways to make shit secure. So, but this year I bought some I don't have any on me right now, but I have like a lock thingy and I put it on the shutter and I have like a piece I just lock it down and then turn it and it secures into place. So like I'm pretty much, good to go. Okay, Steven, no problem, bro. Thanks. You can go ahead and ask your questions when you're ready. But yeah, it's hurricanes are no fun unless they don't do any damage. One thing I don't like is if you have like a lot of trees around that give you privacy, the wind will destroy those trees, take every leaf right off, and you'll be like exposed. That's what happened a few years. We saw our neighbors and they saw us, and we were like, "Fuck! I hope these trees grow back quick." So yeah, it's very annoying. I can sit here for hours and talk about hurricane experiences. I don't wish it on anybody, and I hope to God that it doesn't hit us or anybody. I hope we get a lot of fish storms that go out into the water and leave everybody alone. I saw this guy in Florida, this older guy, his whole house got demolished. All this sedimental stuff from his dad and stuff in Tampa and Florida there. And he cried right live on camera. He was crying. And I was like, yo, I know that feeling, bro. I know when shit gets all messed up, man, fucked up, you gotta fix everything. It's tough. I feel bad for those people in Florida right now. They're still recuperating and got no electricity, waiting for shit to come back on. You know, things are just destroyed. It's annoying. So praying for everybody's safety is the main thing. All right, Steven, you said just wanted to know if David is planning anything petty towards me. All right, let's check. You know what? I don't see anything bad here, Steven. I think that he won't do anything petty. The only thing I'm getting here is um he might like get drunk one night and just like text you and be like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hope everything's fine in your new place. Thinking about you. Need anything? Holla at me or whatever. Something like that, like a drunk type of text or a drunk phone call. I just see like alcohol here or drinking, like some excessive shit. Like as far as like him and Leandro might be drinking together and then call you and you know just say random shit, see how you're doing. Um, I think that he might even like say to you, "Hey, look, if you want to come around and I would like to come see your new place," or he might like try to invite himself over to you, things like that. I also think that he feels more peaceful now that you're not there. And I think that he just wants to keep things peaceful and knowing that you moved on and he has to move on too. I don't see anything bad here at all, Stephen. I just see like a possible like he might show you some lack of appreciation or something like that. Even though, like how he did the other day, how he said to you, yeah, thanks for being here, but you should get help for your mental problems. Like he might say something else that's stupid like that, petty. It's just talk. I think the only petty things that he does, I don't think he's planning anything. I think that he might say petty things, but planning to do something bad to you, no, I don't get that. I get all positive things here. The only thing I get is he might, you know, send you a drunk text or call you and say some stupid shit to you. Like, hey, where you at? You're gonna tell me where you live, can I come visit? Or hey, you can come here and visit us if you want, some shit like that. But it's nothing like bad here. Nothing bad at all. Um, like he might offer to like help you if you need anything. Which I think he's done already. I think you told me already that he was like he would offer to help you move or he offered to help you or whatever. I just think he's trying to keep the peace with you. Because remember, Steven, he didn't have legally you could have stayed there and he like kind of drove you out there illegally. Like so if anybody's at fault, it's him. So why would he do anything or plan anything to do to against you if he knows he's in the wrong? So I would say no, he's not going to do anything petty. If anything, he might, text you drunk or like talk to you in a like a weird way or whatever, just talk shit. That's all. Nothing else. I think it's like a 50-50 thing, like where he might be nice, he might be weird, he might say something stupid or like petty, but like attacking you or doing anything to you, no, I don't get that. Nothing petty. At least in the next 30 days, no. Like this whole month, I don't see him doing anything bad, which is good. I got positive things. I honestly feel like he won't do anything because he knows he's in the wrong, and he kind of like, at the end of the day, he was, kind of pissed that you left. But at the end of the day, it's his own fault. But I think it was the best thing. He also feels like it was the best thing that you left, because now he doesn't have to deal with you and you don't have to deal with him. And I'm sure Leandra is happy too. So it's a win-win situation in my eyes. And by the way, did you get the message I gave you last night? Because I left and you didn't work. I guess you had to work or whatever, but I know you commented on there and told me everything was good. But there was a woman in spirit for you yesterday. I was telling you about it. And I don't know if that description of that woman meant anything, or if that was right. I wanted to ask you that, if you knew that person. All right, let me check. I wanted like confirmation on that spirit that I saw, but you weren't there. So I said, well, maybe he's going to come back and listen to it. Okay, cool. Good. I think I picked up that person for you before, but I'm not sure, because I always pick up like, grandmas and stuff. So I could be picking up like multiple grandmas for people, but as long as it made sense, then fine. Yeah, so I did see her before, yeah. But she looked a lot more elegant this time. Spirit appears in different ways. Like they want it. Just like how we look different every day. We dress different every day. Sometimes we get a haircut. Sometimes we dye our hair. Sometimes we shave our beard. Or, with a woman, they have glasses. Sometimes they don't. They have makeup. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have curly hair. Sometimes they have straight hair, brown hair, black hair, whatever. But this time she looked a lot more happier and more elegant looking. So I want, like, that's why I was like kind of wondering if it was the right one or the same one. Because before I got her, she looked the same, but she looked a lot more like, like elegant looking. That's how I explain it. So I don't know if she liked to dress up or like makeup and stuff, but that's how she looked last night. All right, what's going on with David and Andrew right now? Well, as usual, there's some worry and concern between them. They're still like trying. I think they're trying to like do stuff together, but it's not going as it's supposed to. I get like delays and anxiety between both of them. There's a lot of like lack of concentration, and I also feel like there's material things that they may have like lent each other or gave each other, and that's like they're like, hey, I gave you this, where the hell is it? Or like they let each other borrow shit and then it goes missing, or they try to avoid giving it back to each other. Now if they're not doing it together, one of them is doing it to the other. Like I think they're getting bored of each other sometimes, and I think that they're trying to like transition into like making adjustments and sacrifices as far as like their egos. And they're like, one minute they're fine, the next minute they're arguing, they're like they have troubles between them. I feel like the one of them is embarrassed and the other one's like embarrassing the other, or they get embarrassed sometimes when they talk to each other or do things to each other. It's like I feel like both of them are uncertain about each other. Like they always worry about what the other one's doing, or if the other one's gonna screw them over, or if I let you borrow this, or if I give you this, are you gonna give it back type of vibe. There's a hesitant feeling and energy between both of them. And I always get this between them. Ain't nothing changed. It's like one takes advantage of the other, and then It's like let me get you back, but we're gonna be cool either way, but not as cool as you think. Like it's got one eye on him and one eye on something else. I also feel like one is keeping secrets from the other, and like that's why there's a lot of uncertainty between them. I don't know, like if they deal with like the same women or same like they might have a woman friend that they both like and they like compete together or something like that, or like maybe there's a woman around them that they both have mutual friendship with, and she gets anxiety around them when she's around them, and it's like I think that both of them might have like bought something for this chick and it was like a competition. That's the only other thing I get here between them, that they're like battling, maybe battling for the same woman's like love, or battling for the same woman's like respect or perspective, or like just making it seem awkward or embarrassing for one or the other. Or maybe one of them got embarrassed by a woman and the other one's like rubbing it in and sticking it to him type of vibe. So I don't know if you know if there's a woman that they both talk to, then there's something to do with like a woman around them. Could be a mother, a sister, or an acquaintance, or somebody like that. Doesn't have to be like a girlfriend or anything, or a mutual interest, but it could be mother, sister, could be somebody that works at their job or works around them. Some woman around them that has blonde hair, and she's like, making things awkward between both of them, or she's trying to play both of them. Something's going on there. But I get a lot of worry and concern about both of them and difficult situations that they try to deal with, but it doesn't work. Those two are a hot mess. So I never get anything like positive on their friendship. I get like, sneaky shit, secrets, the truth, things like that, keeping things from each other. But I think there's a woman involved between both of them that they're dealing with, and the woman's like saying to them, "You guys give me anxiety, like go away. You guys are irritating me, or you guys aggravate me." Something like there's a woman that's like kind of bashing them a bit, or like giving them trouble. So that's good. Let them suffer and let them get karma for their stupid shit. See, I don't see nothing positive for them. But towards you, yes, some it's positive and it's not nothing bad. I think he'll leave you alone. I don't get nothing bad against you. I think I told you that last time, that he won't do anything. He'll just keep his distance, but he might say something stupid, or like do something little where it like aggravates you. But nothing like, court wise or lawyers or nothing legal, nothing like that. I don't get anything like that at all. But you know him, he's like somebody that wants to know shit about you. So like that's why I say like he might call you and say, "Hey, where you located? Where you at? Let's link up or something, like, have a drink. I want to make sure we're cool, and I'm sorry about what I did," or some shit like that. You know? Just something like small and weird. But if I were you, man, I wouldn't even entertain him. The less you stay or associate with somebody like that, that's a narcissist like that, and says shit to you like that, the better it is for you. If you can find it deep down inside within yourself to let that friendship go for good, then that's good for you. You know, don't feel like you have to hold on to friendships that don't benefit you. At the end of the day, if he was your true friend, you'd still be there and you'd be happy going there. And that's why you're in the predicament you are now. You're free. You don't have to deal with him anymore. And you shouldn't deal with him anymore. But I can't tell you what to do. I can just suggest it. But through my experiences, Fuck them. I do it every day. I get rid. Honestly, I deleted another 3 more people off my WhatsApp. I unfollow and unfriend people all the time because I don't want to deal with these people because they're doing dumb shit or they don't say nothing to me. So I don't want nothing to do with them. Yeah, sure. G, I didn't even know you were still here, bro. Sure, I'll give you a message. What type of message do you want, G? And Jessica, yes, I'll bring out the bootleg deck for you as well. G's been here for a while, so I'll take care of him first, and then I'll take care of you afterwards. Okay, you wanna? I thought you wanted a message. You wanna ask a question? Okay, yeah, sure. That's cool. Whatever you want, bro. But I'll give you a message if you want to. Just let me know what type of message you want. All right, Jessica, let me see what I got for you in the bootleg deck here. This shit's funny. All right, Jessica, I don't know. I can't see you, but your card says this man likes booty. So if your ass is flat, oh well. So it looks like the man that's around you, he wants booty action. He wants to see booty. So if you got a nice booty, then you're good to go. But if you don't, oh well, you know. Looks like the guy wants some booty action. G, I just got your donation. Thanks, bro. You can go ahead and ask your questions. And it says here that a dark-haired man wants you badly. So there's a guy that has dark hair. He wants you. So there could be somebody with dark hair around you, and he wants you badly. He wants to have like sex with you and wants to be with you. Oh well, yeah, that's good. If you got a nice booty, then looks like the guy will like you even more. You know. A big booty these days will get you anything you want. All right, what should you know? All right, let's check, G. I'll do like a general reading for you for the month of September. So from now to the end of the month, I'll see what comes up for you. Yeah, they're cool. They used to be very popular when I first made them. Everybody used to be laughing and shit. Yeah, you can thank Becca for putting the pressure on me to bring those cards out all the time. First, it was the other love cards I have, the Pining Rose Oracle ones. Then it was the Twin Flame ones, and now they're when I introduced those to her, she was like, "Yeah, I want the bootleg cards." Things I gotta do. I haven't seen her today. She must be asleep, I guess. I don't know. All right, G. What I got for you for this month is you might be very uncertain about the outlook of your future, or this month might not be a month where you have everything planned or you know exactly what you want to do. It might be a month where you spend money, unnecessary money that you have to spend. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. Like you're going to be in suspense or you're going to have things that you want, but it's not going to happen right away. Try not to spend a lot of money and that's easier said than done, because sometimes if you know you get like, if your car breaks down, or your fridge gives out at home, something might happen where you're going to have to spend extra money. um it could be anything financial, where you have to spend extra money this month, or you might have something that you're paying on, that you're like waiting to get finally pay off. But like, try not to spend unnecessary money on like get rich schemes, or if somebody if you're gonna buy something from someone, make sure it's worth every penny. Like, do your research before you buy it, because if you buy it, you might have to like, it might be an obstacle buying it, or it might be a problem you buying this item or this thing or whatever it is. There also could be like a possible friend that you have to like get rid of, because um they are weak, and they're kind of petty, and they don't want to like do what you want to do, or they might do something to you where you're like, you know what, man, I can't believe you fucked me over on this. Like, I'm gonna have to get rid of you, or you're just gonna have to get rid of friends, period. um there's also a woman around you that's jealous, and she's unstable with her emotions. She's very resisting. She's very like, she's always emotional, and you don't trust her. You don't want to trust her. You don't feel like you can trust her, or she's just resisting you, or she doesn't want to tell you things for some ungodly reason. Okay, yeah. Well, hopefully she gets better. You might be agitated or aggravated with people around you as well during this month. Like, you might have some ideas that are somewhat like excessive, or you might feel like, hey, people are like deliberately trying to like do things to me, so I have to like really tolerate stupidity from people, or I'm just gonna ignore it. I get like a woman and a man that can possibly annoy you, or or like make you tolerate them, or try to get you to tolerate, to not, and like to like trigger you to say something, or trigger you to do something that you might not want to do. Um, there also might be like a woman that tries to seduce you, and like for money, or like some woman might come up to you and say, "Hey, G, I need some money, and I'll do whatever it takes." Like, they might offer you some sex for money, or they might offer you a deal for something, and they not come through. Or don't allow a woman or a man to try and get money from you. Don't learn money. Don't spend money on specific people, because it's like a seduction. It's like they're trying to seduce you, or like make you feel like, oh, I need this. You gotta give it to me, G, please. I need a loan, or I need $50 till tomorrow. So if you get anybody that asks you for money, do not give it to them, because you won't get it back. Um, I don't get nothing like extremely positive here. I just get like people that will aggravate you this month, and people that are trying to get money from you. You might get seduced by a woman where she's trying to tell you things, and you might make you feel sorry for her, possibly like throw sex on you just to get something. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do, and try and stay away from those people that are want something for nothing. So they're gonna try and make you feel a certain way, like you're obligated to help them, because they're gonna give you a sad story, or they're gonna lie to you and deceive you to get something from you, because they know you can give it to them. Ugh. Yeah. Towards the end of the month, I feel like it'll be better. You'll get over the insecurities of people, and I feel like you're a mature person, and you have a dominant personality, and you might look at your needs and your wants and you attain your goals. You'll get good news towards the end of the month. Um, like the second half of the month, you might get like good news about something that you want, something that you desire, something that you're expecting. You might even get recognized at your job for hard work or long hours. And they might be like, hey, we're going to give you a promotion, G. We're going to promote you or give you more money. That's the upside of this whole reading is like towards the end, there's like a, whatever, even if it's an idea you have, because I keep getting like an idea that you have that you're maybe not um, thinking that it's going to work, but it might work at the end of the month. Or whatever you're trying to pay for or deal with, it'll happen at the end of the month. So from mid-September forward, I see it getting better. But from now to like mid-September, you might get people aggravate you or try and do dumb shit to you or try and ask you for money or something like that. But at the end, it shows me you personally being courageous and doing what you have to do. Be mature. Take care of yourself, bro. That's all you got to do. Like try and, whatever ideas you have, implement those ideas. Make the effort to make things happen. And if you do, the expectation you have will be good at the end of the day. So it looks like you have a kind of up and down month. Like it'll be good towards the end. Like you'll end off, with having a better month and then the beginning. So there's a little good, little bad, but it ends off, with a good note. You getting what you want to accomplish. Sure, Ninja. What type of message do you want? Spirit, love, oracle, angel, marquee messages. If you want me to clarify something, G, just let me know if you want to. If there also, G, if there's somebody that's sick that you know of, that's old, they might pass away in this month. Like they might not make it and they might pass away and you might have to go to like a funeral or something. I know that's not something that you probably want to hear, but the person like might pass away or like there's somebody old or even somebody that like that's a man, they might pass away this month and you might have to go to a funeral or something. But let's hope that's not the case. But I feel like I have to say that as well. Like there might be somebody that if they don't pass away, they're gonna get sick or they're gonna like almost pass away or they're gonna like get to the point of, and then they'll be fine. It's not you, it's someone else. But it's a man. Yeah, hopefully not. Like they might get sick or they might pass away, but it's somebody that like you'll go to their funeral, but I don't think it's like a significant person in your life. It's just someone you know. Or you might hear of someone. Yeah, hopefully not, bro. I don't want, obviously we don't want death, but when I get that card, it's like the last thing on the list that I would say, but I always put it out there, because it's not all, death is inevitable. Death is guaranteed, but all right, Ninja, your spirit message is gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life. Instead of complaining about what you don't have, If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. So there's a man in this card. Your dad's probably saying, woman, you better be grateful for what you have. Stop complaining. Yeah, that's usually what, dads say. G, you want a message or something as well? You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. My nephews go back to school tomorrow. You'll take one? Okay, bro. My nephews go back to school after a long summer. They're both in high school now. That's kind of scary. Both I have two nephews that are 21 and 18, and they're brothers. They're my oldest sister's kids. They're both in college right now. They're both in Canada. They left here this weekend they left on Friday or Saturday, one of the two. Yeah, Friday. And they're both, one has already been in college for 2 years. He's 21, and the youngest one's 18, and he went to college for his first year. Now he's settled in now, and my sister and her husband come back tomorrow. So I have two nephews in college. I have three nephews that are in high school, and I have another nephew that didn't go to college. He just left school and went straight to work. But the two ones I live next to here, they're both in high school. The youngest one starts high school tomorrow, but the other one's already been in high school. He's got like one more year left. It's crazy, man. I can't believe it. Like how fast these guys are growing up, and they're all almost couple years time. They're all going to be graduated, working, college, and all sorts of shit. It's crazy. I remember when I was taking care of them, giving them milk, wiping their asses, smacking their asses for doing bad shit, naughty shit, correcting them, telling them no, holding them in my arms, watching them sleep, playing football with them and basketball. Time's flying, man. It's crazy. All right, G. Your spirit card is You Are Not Alone. And this says, we are here for you. We never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you and feel how much love we are sending you. We are your family, your friends, your guides. You'll never walk alone. We're right here beside you. So you have spirit around you, G. Family, friends, people that are guiding you in the right direction. Maybe that's what I see, like in the cards, though. So if there isn't nobody that's gonna die, or nobody you're going to a funeral, it could be people that dead people around you, like spirit, around you. That also could mean that. So the most recent death in your family, if you were close to that person, then they are somebody that's around you and trying to help you, or just likes to be around you and trying to help you. Your mama, yeah, because if you look at this card, there's a woman comforting the man. So it's got to be a woman. So it could be your mom and your grandma. Could be both of them. Because remember, it says we. So that means more than two, more than one. So we are your family, friends, and guides. or right beside you. So they're not going to leave you alone. They're going to be right next to you. So your mom and grandma are around you. There's definitely a woman because the woman's in the picture here. So they want you to know you're not alone. You can talk to them in spirit. You don't have to be a medium like me. You can sit there and be like, Mom, I know you're listening. Please help me. Make me make the right decisions. Help me in my life. I'm glad you're with me. I'm glad you're beside me. Your grandma, you can tell her too. Glad you guys are next to me. Mark told me you're here. Whatever, whatever you want to do. You don't have to say anything, or you can say whatever you want. It's up to you. But that's confirmation that they're around you, which is a great thing to have. Trust me. Okay, Steven. Yeah, I just got it. Thanks, bro. You can go ahead and ask your question when you're ready. But yeah, G, that's a good sign, man. So maybe that's probably what it means. That the people that have died around you, like if your mom, if you're yeah, sure, bro. If your mom, what was I gonna say? If your mom was like close to you and it affected you a lot, then those cards I saw earlier was like you still reflecting on the funeral, the burial of your mother or your grandmother. It doesn't matter. Like you could still be feeling kind of weak, or it still could be affecting you, or you still can have dreams about her, or you still can be like, fuck, I wish I still have my mom or my grandma or both of them still alive. It's something like that, to that effect, you know. Obviously, I'm just giving you all the options that I saw. So that's something that it could be as well. Like you're still feeling kind of, emotionally confused about it, or you want to know if they actually approve of your life, see what that type of thing. So yeah, if you're close with both, then that's probably what it is then. Yeah. My opinion, Stephen, about David is yes, he is a narcissist. From what you told me about him, he's definitely a narcissist. He's definitely somebody who is never gonna admit his faults, and we've discussed his behavior many times, and there is no the only explanation is narcissism. And the reason why narcissistic behavior um is so talked about and so dealt with every day is because a narcissist will always make you feel like you're the problem. So it makes you question whether or not it's you or them, because that's what they're good at. They're good at lying, they're good at deceiving, they're good at talking shit, and they're good at being cool when they want to get what they want. Yeah, but see, they can tell you they love you all they want, but they don't really know real love, because if they knew real love, you'd be there right now. Or you wouldn't have the problems that you have. You see, people say those words but never mean it. And actions speak louder than words. So, people can tell you they love you, but they gotta show it. And that's one thing about me. I'll never tell nobody I love them unless, it's really for real. I know that they mean it. Because I know I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely narcissistic behavior. Yeah. Well, the reason he did all of that is what I'm getting here is his ego, not willing to make an effort, not willing to make a sacrifice, living a false life. Um, listening to a woman. I keep getting him listening to a woman. So obviously his mom might have told him things, or a female in his life was telling him, hey, look, you need to take action, you know? How are you going to be a good friend and a good person if you're not putting in, you know, you don't have any motivation and you give up, or you start problems, or you're struggling, or you know, you want to do something and you never finish it. And I feel like he has a lot of aggression and a lot of like conflict in his heart, and I think that he just likes to argue, or he likes to compete, or say things that he knows he's going to get a reaction out of. So I feel like he did that to you with his narcissistic behavior, but it's like he can't, because I remember you telling me that he's probably on drugs, right? And he drinks and all that. And those things are going to affect you even when you're sober, because that shit's messing up your head, and it's making you feel a certain way. And having a bad influence around him like Leandro and whoever else is around him is triggered him to do that. I honestly feel like his mother, or if he has a sister or something like that, or there's a close woman around him, that this woman, whoever this woman is, she has tried to help him, be an influence to him, show him actions, show him progress, trying to help him. But he's like, you know what? I don't want to do what you fucking people want me to do. I don't care what Steven says to me. I don't care what you say to me. I don't care what Leandro says to me. I'm going to do what fucking David wants, when I want, how I want, and where I want. And that's the thing I get here with David is he likes conflict. He likes competition. He wants to like see people struggle, or he wants to point out people's struggles. He wants to point out, you know, hey, this, that, and that. And I feel like he has violent behavior in his mind. Whether he does it or not is another story. You see what I'm saying? He might talk like he's game, but he really isn't. He kind of stays behind closed doors when there's a real aggression towards him, or a violent attack towards him. Like he seems like he's a person that would acts like he will fight you, or acts like he will slap you, but he won't. And if he does, it's like it's because he's doing it out of his own fucked up life, or fears, or what he's going through personally. But I feel like he's going to a woman, or a woman's telling him a lot. I got this twice today, and I've got it in the past, that there's a woman that's trying to help him. I don't even know. He might go to a psychiatrist that's a woman, and the woman's trying to like calm him down and get into a better place, but he's just like he's taking time to do it. Or he talks to his mother a lot, and his mother's trying to tell him to do things, and he doesn't do it. I think that that's why he did it, Steven. The reason he's petty and upset, even if you minded your business, you gave him love and support, that shit don't matter. To a narcissist, it don't matter. Me and my sister helped my brother-in-law tons of times, did everything for him, helped him. And look, he stabbed us in the back, cheated on my sister, about to get a divorce, talk shit about me. He's just a narcissist. He's a weirdo, you know. Weirdos and narcissistic people do those things. They don't give a shit about you. They act like they do, and they'll say they do, but they really don't. They'll turn on you the next day. Today they'll be nice, tomorrow they'll be back to normal, back to devilish mode. And that's, you know, that's what it is. It's like they have a weird way of living life. It's sad. And you can't, there's no one that can really help a narcissist but themselves. They have to wake up. They have to go through an awakening and say, you know what, I'm not going to be this person anymore. And you know, I'm a living example of a person who changed his life for the better. And I live in silence now, and it's made my life a lot better. Silence is better than bullshit. I say it every day. It's hard to stay quiet sometimes because when people attack you, you want to defend yourself, but you shouldn't defend yourself if you know you're not what that person is portraying you as. If someone lies on you, let them lie. People will find out the truth, and who gives a fuck if anybody knows the truth or not? It's not up to them to determine who you are. Your character is everything, not your reputation. Your reputation is someone's opinion about you. But who you are as a character is a whole nother ballgame. And if you're happy with yourself, who cares what anybody else thinks? Narcissists are like a big thing right now and has been in the world for years. I think that people who actually, I never liked the word narcissist because I think it's like a devilish form of a person. And I try not to think that people are actually like that, but it's true they are, and it's sad. I've seen it in my eyes and in my life plenty of times. Oh, there you go. It came out in the cards. A person who loves conflict, competition, angry, talk shit. So that's him. That's a narcissist, bro. Yeah, it is. But there's different forms of narcissists, you know? Everything has a different form of something. So it's like, it's a pain in the ass, man. But like I said, my advice to you, Steven, is to never deal with him again. Just stay away from him. The less energy you give him, the better your life is going to be. And that's a fact. There's no reason for you to be nice to him. There's no reason for you to talk to him. You've left that area, your life is going to get better. You'll see. Like I told you before, after the second week that you're away from that guy and you don't see him, you'll see your life starts to get better. Because God says, thank God you left. You finally did it. Spirit saying, thank God you left. If you feel it already, then I made my point known. And I'm going to suggest something to you as well. I don't try and tell people what to do. I'm just suggestion and my opinion and my advice to you as your friend and my client. And as someone who I care about everybody who comes in here. So I want everybody to get better. I don't want people to dwell on what people think of you. But the less you ask about them, the less you deal with them, the less you want to know about them, it's going to be better for you as well. Try and focus on yourself. Don't worry about what David's doing. Don't worry about Leandro. Fuck those people. You gotta literally say what I just said. Fuck those people. Because at the end of the day, they didn't do shit for you. Because if they did, you'd still be their friend and you still be living there and you'd be happy. But you're not. So you have to come to that. You have to come to that conclusion at some point in time. Maybe you're not ready for it. But my advice to you as your friend is don't even dwell on them anymore. Don't even worry about them. Don't ask about them. Don't talk about them. Like delete them from your mind. I know it's hard because you've known them for a while and I know it bothers you. And not everybody has the inner power to get rid of somebody right away. But my advice to you is work on that. Work on it. Just keep working on it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do whatever you want. You ask me whatever you want. That's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to help you. And I tell everybody this, that my life got better by not dwelling on what everybody else is doing or how somebody portrays me as. Because at the end of the day, people's opinions of you should never matter. Because there's negative opinions, and people's opinions about you, period, is going to put you in a state of mind of frustration, saying, am I really this person who these people say I am? And if you are, that's your problem. But you have to focus more on yourself. I think a lot of people have to understand that perspective is keep working on you. Be the best version of yourself and not what everybody's opinion of you is. See what I'm saying? Try to focus more on everything that's to do with Steven. Everybody else should be irrelevant. Wash my back, but no need anymore. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I'm happy for you, bro. You come a long way. If anybody has told you, I would tell you. I've read for you for a couple months now, I believe. Um, and when I read people's energy. So when you come in the room, if I feel the anxiety and I feel the tension, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I gotta help this person. But honestly, the past maybe month or so I've read you, your energy is a lot better. It's a lot calmer. It's a lot easier to read. It's a lot easier to deal with. Not saying that it helped it, and I always deal with energy. So people's energy come in there, they're mad. They want to know shit, they want to see what's going on. Or they just want to, or the frustration mount builds up. It doesn't bother me, but I can feel it, I can sense it, and I can, hear it. So you've gotten a lot better in the last month, and keep doing that. Keep getting better. Don't get drawn back into the negative feelings, vibes, things like that. Right, because he was jealous. A narcissist gets jealous when somebody else does things better than them. That's how my brother-in-law was. He saw me turn his house into you know, a place where he could never put it into because he's not as talented as me. But I never like disrespecting him. I always helped him and always helped my sister and my nephews. But not a narcissistic person will never accept a person that's doing good things and living a good life. They dwell and they dwell on jealousy and envy and wanting to start trouble so you're not happy. You see what I'm saying? So unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that in the world. But when you get somebody around you like that, run, get away from 'em. Delete them, block them. Don't say shit to them, avoid them, ignore them. And I know it's hard. I've been through all of that stuff. But I ignore people like that. I just like, whatever, you say whatever you want, I don't care. It don't bother me because I know the truth. I am the truth. So it doesn't matter. You're welcome, bro. And keep moving forward, man. It's the right thing to do. All right, G. Uh you said you want another reading for work. All right, cool. Let's check. As well as you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be inspired to talk to a person like that because he doesn't have your best interest at heart. He don't give a shit about you. If he did, he would have begged you to stay and said, "Hey, man, look, I'm making a mistake by you leaving. You shouldn't leave. I want you to be here. I love you, bro. Maybe I wasn't, good to you, but I want to be good to you now." At the end of the day, he's happy you left. Now he can torment the next person that comes in, gives him a new challenge. If I were you, man, I would block his number, delete his ass from your life. Straight up. When I do that shit, when I delete and block somebody off my phone, I feel so good because I never have to deal with that person ever again. Yeah. Don't think about it, do it, bro. You'll feel a lot better. I encourage people to do that. I really do. Because you don't need those people in your life. And you shouldn't want them in your life either. If you do it, bro, I'll be proud of you. All right, G. He does act tough and seem like you beat up, but he doesn't do anything. Yeah, it sounds just like my brother-in-law. He's the same way. My brother-in-law will say stupid shit, blah 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 blah, and then don't do nothing. And then when I come up to his face and I tell him I'm gonna slap him, he'll say I'll call the police or, um, you know, get out of my house, or some shit like that. He won't do nothing. Even now, he won't do nothing. And nobody's come to me and said, "Hey, look, your brother-in-law is talking shit about you," because he knows the consequences. He knows I'm the type of guy, I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna smack him. It's gonna be me to him to the floor. But thank God I don't have to hit him, because I'm not a violent person, but I will slap you. I'm not gonna say it, I'm gonna do it. But I'm too old for that shit now. But back in the day, I wouldn't even hesitate. But yeah, violence isn't the key. All right, G. As far as work, I still get people around you at work too. There might be a younger guy around you that makes mistakes and you have to fix it. I don't know exactly what your status is on work, like if you're a manager or you're somebody that is in control of other people. You might have to deal with some like people who make mistakes, and you might be like, "Hey, look, you can't make that mistake. I told you already how to do something." So if you're somebody who takes control, you might be dealing with younger people around you that you might have to train them or deal with them or fix their mistakes or tell them not to make the same mistakes. Um, there might be some decisions you have to make, things you have to face. You might be very frustrated at work at time, or you might be feeling like, alienated, like you're by yourself, or you don't have, too much to like be hopeful for at work. You might be worried about work, and worried about like delays and frustration, and just like asking yourself, do I really want to be here? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do that? You're pretty much new. Okay, so maybe this is like you not wanting to make a mistake because you're new, and not wanting to fuck up because it's going to affect your job and your reputation and how things are. Um, you might also feel like your job is like the safety of your job can be a problem. Like you might not feel safe there, or you might feel like there is something like that makes you feel like you're not safe, or you have to do things in order to be safe there. Um, you might not have any like real decent friends there, or you might not get along with the people there because they're kind of cold or just like distant, or they don't want to be friends, or they just you're the new guy, so they're like, yeah, I ain't really talking to this guy. I'm not gonna tell him too much. And it makes you feel like, a worrisome feeling, or it might make you feel like I better not make a mistake because I'm gonna hear it. I'm new. I can possibly, have something bad happen, and then I'll be fucked. So, but I do get something about indecision. Like you might have to make a decision whether or not you want to stay there or not, or whether you want to be there, or like if they give you an assignment to do, you might be like saying, "Oh shit, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? Like I hope I don't fuck this up, or I hope I make the right decision or the right call." Um, try to stay out of like gossip between people. If someone's talking shit there, to stay away from it. Try not to be like, I feel like you're very reluctant on proceeding, or like staying there, or being there, or like dealing with people there. So it's a little bit of everything with the job here I get. I just feel like you might not be happy at the job, or if you are happy at the job, you're not happy with the people around you not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or making you feel pressured, or like people procrastinate and don't do their part. So you're gonna like you have to do yours, and then you get frustrated. So there could be like a frustration period at your job where you're like, what, this is all I gotta do, or I have to do this, or I have to. Why do I always have to make this decision? Or what if I make this decision? Is it gonna be right? Is it gonna be wrong? And probably not feeling like you're appreciated, or um dealing with like that. Yeah, see, that's what it is then. So you're making decisions. You're a trained conductor, so you have to make decisions all the time. Like you have to have to make sure this is that way. The train's doing this, the train's doing that. So keep making the right decisions, and you'll be fine. Being by yourself maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're like, maybe lonely, like there's nobody around. And then when these dispatchers come around, they're mean. So you're like, you know, fuck you too, you know, yeah, so whatever. I see like a couple, like two asshole type of people around you. They might be younger than you. That's why they're acting like that. Or maybe they're older than you and they look at you, "Oh, look at this young buck. He thinks he's the shit or something. Let me give him a hard time. Fuck him, whatever." So if you're just there for the check, then that's all you're gonna get. But you might be frustrated, like with the job or the people, or just like being by yourself, or just like having to make a decision all the time, and just being worried about whether or not you really want to deal with that. So like if it's a job where it's not really that safe being there, it's like something bad can happen. Like you might have that in your mind as well. Like, just imagine if this shit happened, I'd be fucked. It's like a thought like that. I better not make the wrong move here because this train, can do something here. I hope nobody gets hurt on the train. Like you might have those thoughts in your mind, maybe, or like that plays in your mind. So it could be either or. But I don't. You said you're just there for the check, so that's why I got the cards I got. You might be feeling like, I'm not really here. Like I don't really give a shit about this shit. I just want my money and fuck it. Yeah, exactly. The work culture. Like I'm not. Yeah, that's why I got what I got, because like I just get like, and that's why your reading came out the way it did today, because you're you're dealing with people, so you're gonna deal with idiots, crazy people. You just pretty much said it. There's a lot of crazy people, passengers, idiots. So you're gonna deal with those people whether you like it or not, because that's your job. It's the job you're doing. But that's all I'm getting. Like is they because you do your job, you might be recognized for it, but the people around you are not that great, you know? So you pretty much said it right there. Not a lot of crazy people, passengers. The work culture sucks. Like that's what I see. Like you're not happy with what you're doing, but you're collecting a check. So if you're not happy with your job and not happy like doing it, then there's either one or two things I suggest is to get something that you're passionate, get another job you're passionate about, or if you're okay with doing this job, just know what it comes with and just deal with it and just get your check and fuck it. It comes a point in life where you just need a check and you're okay with working there and you're just dealing with it and you just go about your business and you get home and you're like, okay, cool. So it really depends on you, G, whether or not you feel like you want to do something else, or you can stay there and get a check and just deal with the crazy people. Just like my mom says, she says, doesn't matter what job you get, there's always going to be assholes and people you're not going to like. There's no job that's perfect. It'll never be that way, because if it was that way, then everybody would be happy going to work. And she's right. She said to me all the time, Mark, don't leave that job because of that person. Because if you go to another job, you're going to encounter another idiot. And she was absolutely right. I said, I can't be with this idiot anymore and I can't work around these people. And I left. And then I got another job and the same shit happened. I dealt with idiots. I dealt with people who didn't know what they were doing, people who lied to me just to get me to work for them. Then I'm doing all the work because they don't know shit. And then I'm saying to myself, what the fuck am I doing? And that's why I came to the conclusion when I was 30 years old. I said, you know what? I need to go work for myself. I'm talented enough. I know what I'm doing. I've got enough experience. I'm 30 years old. Now is the perfect time for me to go on my own. And this month, on the 20th, will make 16 years I've been on my own. And it hasn't been perfect. It's been up and down. I've dealt with a lot of bullshit. But at the end of the day, it's been more ups than downs. And that's why I'm still surviving. I'm still doing it. I don't have to work every day now because I established myself that much where I don't have to work every day. But I bust my ass to get where I am, that's for sure. 16 years of hard labor, bullshit, fucked up people, clients. I have great clients now. I got rid of all my bad clients. I got rid of all my bad subcontractors. I'm pretty much working for millionaires that, whenever they need me, they call me and I go work for them. They pay me well, and then that's it. I'm good. I'm blessed to have these people in my life that pay me and give me work. But I had to go through hell and back to get to where I am now. Yeah, if you just need the money, bro, then go for it. I'm not knocking you for it. Money is, something that we need. And if it's a job that you're content with to get money, then fuck it, just do it until you find something better or till you get fed up where you can get something better. Some people just get a job just to have a job. They have no desire to do something and make money off their passion or their talent. And some people just get money just to say, I got money and that's it. And I just pay my bills and fuck it. I go to work. I have a shitty job, but I don't care. I just want money. So whatever the case may be, that's up to you. But me, I got to the point where I got fed up and I went on my own. And it was the best decision I ever made. In the beginning, I thought it was the worst decision I ever made, but it ended up being the best decision in the long run. There was times where I talked to my sister and she'd be like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Well, I ain't got no work right now. It's been dry for like 3 weeks to a month. Maybe I might give up my business and go work for somebody." She was like, "No, don't do that. Just wait, just, something will come through." And sure as hell, something will come through. I'll end up getting a big project, or somebody will call me and say, "Hey, look, I need help, doing some electrical work. I'll pay you for 3 weeks. I need you to work for me. Help me out, finish this job." And I'll be like, "Okay, great." Every time I wanted to give up, like, something will happen and keep me, back to work. And then it got to a point where I got, good clients. I proved to them that I was great and good at what I do. And then now, they want me all to themselves. I do like property management now. I got out of electrical contract and I was doing it. It gave me good money, but it gave me a lot of headaches because I had to deal with idiots that didn't know what they were doing. So it kind of made me look like I was a part of a circus clown, and I was the ringmaster, but I couldn't keep all the clowns together because they didn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. So now I just do property management. I take care of multi properties. I fix shit, organize things, get other people to do things, and I get paid for it. And I do this as well, which something I love to do, but I can't do it full time. I'll go crazy. I haven't got fed up yet. There's just days I'm annoyed since I feel like I have no work-life balance. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, yeah. I know how you feel, and I can see it in the cards. Like you're frustrated, and you just like feel like something else can happen. But let me tell you something, bro. It's up to you to make that decision. If you're happy, if not happy, but if you're content is the word. If you're content going to this job every day, getting a check and just getting money for now, then just do it. But if you, I don't know what you want to do, but let's just say you have a passion to do something, you know, that's up to you to make that happen. It's not going to fall out of the sky. And that's what I realized a long time ago. Good night, Ninja. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day tomorrow. But yeah, G, my suggestion to you, bro, is if you want a better job and you want to feel like you're doing something, you have to do something you're passionate about. I keep telling people that all the time. And then when you do something you're passionate about, it'll lead you to other things. And what I also tell every person, especially every man, is we have multiple talents. You're not on this earth to do one thing and one thing only. We have multiple talents. We can do multiple things. We just have to find those things or do those things and make money off of it and have like, a passion and the desire to get up every day and do what you love to do. You can get paid for what you want to do. You just got to find that way to do it. Thanks. You too. I started off, as a car mechanic, bike mechanic. Then I got fed up of that. I still know the basics. And then I started construction because I really liked construction, like building things, making things. I wanted to like look at a plan and like build a house or like help do it or get knowledge of like house, do house things, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, painting, maintenance, anything to do with the house I wanted to do. And I've been in that business ever since I was 22. I'm a really good electrician. I can do a whole house from start to finish. I'm up to date with electrical work, like doing things, like things that I haven't done before. I've learned. Um, you know, I haven't taken no courses. I dropped out of school. I don't have no diploma. I don't have college degree. I learned everything hands on from professionals and people who knew what they were doing. And I shut my mouth and I learned from them. I wrote shit down. And when I got a phone with a camera, I video camera shit. I said, oh look, when I hook up this panel, I gotta hook up this to that, that to this. A dryer is a 30 amp circuit. But make sure like if it's it needs a neutral and sometimes it needs a ground. I would like record myself and say, look, I just did this for the first time, so I got to make sure next time I do it, I do this. Or if a dishwasher needs a 20 amp plug, a dryer need this needs that. I would say everything or write it down so I don't forget. I would say like one circuit does this, this wire does that. I have to put this gauge wire. And I would call my friend that taught me, and I'll be like, look, I'm doing a plug for an electric car because electric cars are like a thing now in the world. And here in Bermuda, it's starting to get popular. So my clients like, look, I have a Hyundai, whatever electric car. I need a 60 amp plug. I needed to hook up to here. Can you do it for me? And I'm like, yeah, I can do it. Never done one in my life. So I called my friend. I say, hey, look, I need to put a 60 amp service, like a plug for this car. It's the Hyundai, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A Hyundai, blah, 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 whatever it's called. And he was like, yeah, I done one of those the other day. You need this, you need that, you need this. And make sure you hook up a GFCI plug because if the plug's outside and it gets rain on it, it's safety. It'll clot out with rain. I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't even think about that. Okay, yeah, cool, bro. Oh, make sure you use this type of box. Make sure you use that. Like, I have no problem in asking the person who taught me to teach me more. And he does it no problem because we're good friends, So every time I have a problem, I don't like try and like do it on my own. I'll ask and he'll tell me everything I need to know. And I know how to hook it up. I just need to know what I need because I've never done it before. So now as an electrician, I have more work when it comes to electrical car. If somebody says, hey, can you hook up this plug for my car so I could charge my car? Yeah, sure. I know how to do it now, which is easy. But, if I've never done it, then I want to know how to do it from somebody who's done it already. So I know exactly what I have to do. So I don't have to troubleshoot anything or I have to go through, the internet to find out. Yeah, I mean, so if you have a passion and a desire to do something, do it, man. Don't waste your time. You can always do something. Everybody should go to work and feel happy with what they're doing. And I believe everybody has talents, and I have multi talents, and I use all of them to make money. Just like I come on here, I would have never thought in a million years that I was gonna be sitting in front of a camera, shuffling cards and reading people's lives and helping people and giving people advice through my experiences. I would have never thought in a million years I'd do something like that. But in the past 4 years, that's another thing. Um, on the 18th of September is going to be 4 years I started this channel. So this is like my anniversary month. On the 18th, I started this business, and on the 20th, I started my electrical maintenance business 16 years ago. So September is like my month where I started my businesses, and I'm still going. Had my ups and downs, had times where there was nothing going on, and had times I'm busy. I just roll with the flow. I just go with the flow and just roll with it. I know it's never going to be perfect. It never is. So when it's good, it's good. I'll take it. And when it's not good, I'll just better myself and try and learn things and just be patient. And then it'll just, God will just bless me. And I suggest everybody to live that way because it's the best way. Do what you love to do. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing what I love to do. You know? Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. And I couldn't have done it without everybody. One thing about me, I don't say me. I did this and I did that. Like I always, give thanks to my clients, my friend, and people who put their trust and faith into me. I can't ask for a better clientele in both of my businesses. I have wonderful people, friends, clients, or just somebody that comes in here and gets a random card. I don't give a shit. You're still contributing to my success and my channel. Yeah, birthdays will do that to you. But I'm like I said, I'm 46 and I wish I would have done things earlier. But it's not a regret, it's just a preference. I wish I would have like started my business at 22 instead of 30. I wish I had a couple more years ahead. But where I am, the position I'm in now is if I don't want to work tomorrow, I won't work. But I'll do shit for myself or for my family or for my mom or for my dad. Like I'm very flexible right now. Like I don't have to work every day. So I've gotten myself to the point I've always wanted to get myself to. Whereas I don't have a 9 to 5 job. I don't have to call my boss and say, what are we doing next? Or where are we going to work next? I am my own boss. So if I don't want to work tomorrow, I'm not going to work tomorrow. But if I do work tomorrow, I'm going to bust my ass and make money and make sure I do shit right. I'm not lazy. I'm not gonna sit here on my couch all fucking day and do nothing. I got a lot of shit to do. There's always something to do. But you just gotta like do it. If you don't, then that's cool too. Do whatever the fuck you like. But me personally, like I don't have to work every day anymore. And I just work when I need to and when I have to. And that's it. And I just wait for that phone call and it's, hey, Mark, look, I need this. No problem. I'll be there in an hour. I'll be there in a little while. I'll be there tomorrow. Or, yeah, I'm busy right now. I'll see you tomorrow, whatever. Like when my clients call, I go running. I just say, okay, sure, I'll be there. No problem. And that's the life that I'm living now. I have a few select clients. They call me when they want me. If they don't call me, I do what I want to be. I do what I want to do. I'll do something for myself, but it's still going to make me money because I'm either learning something new, I'm helping another company, or I'm helping a friend and still making money off of them. Yeah, man, and you can get there, bro. Trust me, you can get there. You just have to put your mindset to getting yourself to the point where you can put yourself in that position. It took me a long time, you know. I can honestly say the last 2 years, I've put myself in the position where I don't have to do anything unless I want to. But I had to save my money. I had to stop drinking and smoking. I changed my whole life to make sure that I don't have to bust my ass right up to I retire. You know what I'm saying? And then I started feeling my body, and I say, you know what, you're getting older, bro. You're not no spring chicken no more. You can't do all this bullshit work. So you gotta work easy and smart. So how are we gonna do it? Okay, this, and that, man. That's it. You know. And the more good things I do, the more blessings I get. That's how it seems to be with me. So the more I help people, the more I get in return. But I don't expect it. It just happens that way. And I guess that's what God wants me to do. He wants me to help people. And then when I need something, he helps me. That's how it's been. And I'm grateful for that. But you can't do it sitting on a couch. You gotta go out there and get it done. And it's a good feeling, like saying, I ain't gotta work for you. I ain't gotta do this shit. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. I feel great. I feel great about myself when somebody says, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can. It's gonna cost you this much." Oh, okay. Oh, well, can't no. I'm doing it for this price and this price only because it's bullshit, and you know it. So I'm very like upfront and blunt about what I want to do because I'm not gonna kill myself or somebody for cheap. I'm worth every penny. I bring tools to the table. I bring my car. I bring my everything. So you ain't gonna fuck me over. I'm gonna make sure I get what I want. And if you don't like it, you can get somebody else to hack up your job or fuck up your shit or give you something for nothing or charge you less and give you a bullshit job. So if you want quality and quantity, I'm your guy. If you don't, then that's your problem. So I put my self worth to where it needs to be. Whereas before, I would do shit for next to nothing just to make money. But now, I don't need your money. I need you to respect me, and I'll earn my money, and I feel better that way. If you respect me, you trust me to do the job, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be perfect, and you won't regret it, and you won't say, "Oh, I feel like I overpaid you." You're gonna get what you want, and I'm gonna give it to you the right way. But you're gonna pay me though, because I'm worth every penny. But that's how I look at myself now, and that's how things are for me. So took me a while to get here, but I'm here now. You know, that's why I always give my whole whatever I do. Just like how I answer a question on here, I make sure I give a full answer. It's not yes, no, and a sentence and then goodbye. Next. I make sure I give everybody, you know, at least a 5-minute answer or more for one question. And rightfully so, you deserve it. You're paying me. But some people will be like, "Oh yeah, it's only $5. I'm gonna say yes and no. Oh, fuck them. I don't care." I'm not like that because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. So yeah, it's a process, but everybody can get there. I have faith that everybody can do what they want and be happy. So if I can do it, you can do it. I have faith that anybody can do whatever they want. And I always encourage everyone to start their own business, be their own boss, do whatever the fuck they want, make their own money so they don't have to make someone else rich. You gotta make yourself rich, or at least make yourself happy and stable. But going on your own, I suggest doing it before it's too late. But if you don't want to go on your own and you just want to be the top person at a job, go for it. Be the best you can be for somebody else and give them the headaches of dealing with it. You just go to work every day. Been there, done that. I've been a manager or a supervisor or a foreman of a job no matter where I go. I always go to the top. I don't want to be below anybody. I want to be like the person calling the shots. I want to be the brains of the job or the project. I want to be like with somebody else doing like the job together, or like, doing anything. Like I just want to, I'm not a control freak, but I would like to like make sure everything goes the right way. I'm usually the brains behind the project. And that's how I like it. We're going to do this, this, and this. We're going to work easy and smart and not dumb. So if you guys take my advice, we're going to do this, this, and this way. So that way, and I'll take suggestions. And if your suggestions are good and make sense, then we'll go with what you say. I'm not going to sit there and argue with and tell you do it my way or fuck off or go home. I'm not like that. I'm open to hear about a suggestion. This is my suggestion. What's yours? Okay, yeah, we can do that. No, we can do even this. You gave me an idea here, so we can even do that. And they'll be like, oh yeah, fuck, okay, Mark, cool. I'm easy. Like, I just want to work and have fun and make money and just be happy. I'm not gonna sit there and try and outdo you, you outdo me, and that's bullshit, man. You can't get nowhere like that. But I had to learn that the hard way, and that's why life is so much easier for me now when it comes to work and business. I compromise, I do what's right, and I feel good. And when the job's done, where's my money? So I can be happy. That's all, man. So, G, continue to do what you have to do, bro. Do what's best for you. No matter how long it takes, you can get it done. You can make it happen. I got faith that you'll make it happen. Anyway, it's 1:30 in the morning here. I'm going to go get in my bed. I've been on here for 2 hours and a half. I had a good time. It's always nice to see my friends and clients and people that are almost family to me or are like family to me. So it's always a pleasure coming on, seeing everybody having fun. Hope everybody had a good weekend and a holiday. Tomorrow is back to work, back to reality. But I'll try and be here tomorrow night. I should be here like before this, like maybe 11, 10, 30, 11 o'clock, something like that. So I'll be around tomorrow at some point in time. And I'll keep everybody posted on the hurricane next week, if it's going to come here or not. Might have a hurricane party on here. All right, bro. No problem, man. Thank you as well. And good luck. And let me know how it goes. Take care, man. Have a good night.